I put a vid out the other day for my low C 22S drag truck, and in that video is the unboxing kind of thing. These unboxing videos get kind of redundant after a while, so I already had it out, had it on the bench anyway, went through the chassis and all that stuff, and at the end of that video I said that I was going to the coast. We were actually, it was the morning of, and that I actually wound up taking 4 rigs. I didn't take as many as I thought it was, but I had taken, let's see, I took the Sand Scorcher, I took the Grasshopper, I took the Scorpion, and I took my Rift down there. And I'll tell you, I won't say where we stayed, but we went down to a place called Wrightsville Beach, which is outside of Wilmington, North Carolina. And that's where my wife likes to go. And so we go down there and had every intention of running these rigs on the beach. I took my GoPro, I took my new mounts and everything to get run video of this rig or of these rigs in the sand, and was ready to do so. So the first one I take out is my Rift. A lot of people don't like the Rift, axial Rift. I love it. It's not that I do any kind of scale rock bouncing, or I don't even try to crawl that rig, because to me it's not a good crawler. The way I've got it set up, it's definitely not a good crawler. But I took it out anyway with a 2S battery. I never run 3S to that thing because it is so heavy and so clumsy that if it was to get away from you, or you lose control of it for whatever reason, and it hit anybody, especially a small child, it's going to hurt them. It's going to hurt them. I mean, I've had some close calls with it myself, and have been pretty fortunate that it hasn't done any damage to me. Thank the Lord. But anyway, I got it ready to go, headed out to the sand, set it down in the sand, and I was just kind of warming it up, if that's what you want to call it, just making sure everything's right, and crank back on the trigger one good time, in which it just digs in that sand and throws it everywhere. But it was moving. There was nobody in this particular area where I was running this thing, but just a test blast up. And as soon as I did that, there's a guy riding the beach on an ATV. And it just happens to be from the town of, and he's a police officer, and he comes up and he tells me, he says, "Hey man, you can't run that here." And I said, "Okay." I said, not to be a hole or nothing. I was like, "Well, just what's the problem?" He said, "We can't have any motorized vehicles here." And I said, "Well, it's technically not a vehicle," although he did have me motorized, and it was incredibly fast on that sand. And so rather than get into a verbal pissing contest or escalate anything, I just said, "Okay, well, I'll not do this." So I was unable to get any video of that. I got other video for she and I of different stuff around there, and I know that's kind of boring. This is probably boring as well, but I wanted to give you guys an explanation as to why I haven't put up any video of anything from the beach. Total letdown as far as a personal thing, but I do apologize. I've been trying to get some information for some of my buddies online of places that I actually can go and do something like that, and I think I've got one area in mind that I might be able to. My buddy Eric and myself built some slashes 4 or 5 years ago, and had them set up, with VW Baja bug bodies and mess. It's like just awesome rigs. But there was a place we went to and we had no problem. And I don't know why I didn't go there, but it was just super convenient to walk out of the hotel and be on the sand. And so I tried it there, and I just got squashed. So there we go. But I'm going to do my best. We're going back down on the 18th. I think it's the 18th, for another getaway. And I'm going to take the same stuff again, and I will do my absolute best to get run video this time. Uh, I did learn you have to do this at low tide because there's much more area to run. High tide is very high down on the coast these days, and so there it is in a nutshell. And I do apologize, and I hope you guys will let it slide and let me try it again. But if I'm able to, I promise you it'll be right. I got a couple buddies that remember the videos I used to put out years ago that were heavily edited and with backing tracks and everything. That's what I intended to do. And so I was majorly PO'd that I wasn't able to deliver on that. And I'm so sorry, but I will do my absolute best this time to deliver on that. Anyway, hope you guys are having a great weekend, and get out there, build something, run something, break something, and rebuild it. And we'll catch you on the next one. Yeah. Later.